Hello friends, I'm MANOJ and today we are going to discuss about the, to clear certain dilemma and doubts for the mains 2023. These are dilemma and doubts I have gathered is not my personal. Since we are doing a meet to mentor session with the students and all the faculties are involved. So we have compiled, most of the questions, what is bothering to the students, those who are writing main examination this year. And so we have decided that why not to help them to arrange everything in a more effective way rather than just doing some kind of experiments, because this is not the time for the students to do any kind of experiment, and this is also not the time for students to do everything. This is not the time to do everything. Because it does not mean I am saying that you have to be selective, you have to make a guess, you have to leave certain things. No, not at all. The point which I am trying to say is one and only one, that you need to create a framework which is very easygoing, which you can retain and you can produce in the examination. So this is what the motto is. And again, I am saying you, all what I am going to discuss is based on the discussion with the students that I have done in the last 7-8 days from the various stream of students, whether it is optional or GS or ethics or essay or whatever it is. Fine. So the first point is the most important thing, what you are puzzled with the time management. That sometimes you are giving importance to current affairs or ethics or essay or optional or anything else. No, it's not about time management, it's all about marks management. What you are supposed to do is marks management. That's it, marks. So what does mean by it? It simply means, number one, that out of 1750, everyone knows that 500 for optional, 500 for ethics and essay, and 750 for rest of the GS. But actually what to do, how to manage yourself? Number one, there is no second thought about it. You have to finish it so that you take it for the revision. Here, finish and revision, take it for the revision is the first thing. So that you can start your tests, you can start your answer writing. As far as the answer writing is concerned, I will come to it. But here the main motto is basically one and only one, that you can take full length test only when you can finish here, you can take the revision, and number two, it will give you immense confidence. So this is number one. Number two, you have to give more time to this 750 marks. Why I say this? Because this 500 is the first, this second, and 750 is the second, because these two things are time consuming. So if you keep anything pending for the, the next month or anything else, it will start troubling you. Generally what happens, and what I talk to the students during these last 7-8 days, that they are trying to make a triangle of optional, ethics and essay. That's okay. But as far as time management is concerned, this strategy will not fit into, right strategy. Please don't do. Why? Because this is very important. Needless to say that it's important. You have to take care of these 500 marks, because here there are variation, and these variation decides the rank. But at the same time, what I want to say here, that these 500 marks are slow in nature. So slow in the nature, in the sense, by design itself, these two papers, ethics and essay, are slow. It will take some time to evolve, to help you to hold grip over the things. So what you need to do here, you give emphasis to these two, and then take these 500 ethics and essay as a sandwich, put between these two time consuming areas, and then you place these ethics and essay right from here till August last week. Gradually, let it be gradual. It's important, but it should not suck your blood and energy. Not at all. It's not a very bulky area. It should not bother you. It's slow, and there is no second thought about it. It's slow. Why I say so? Because in Meet the Mentor program, yesterday I spoke to one girl from Chandigarh, and she was saying that last 15 days I devoted to ethics, and now I am feeling pressure that whether I am going in the right direction or not. See, it's a, you don't have to finish ethics in 5 days or 10 days or something like. You cannot do it. Why? I will tell later, but you cannot do it, and there is no requirement of that. You slowly spread, slowly, gradually. You have to make a framework in such a way that it helps you to take care of these 500 marks, but it doesn't bother you. Doesn't bother you. What must bother you is this and this, these 500 marks. Now, and that's why I say that it's more about the marks management rather than the time management, rather than the resource management. Why? Let's see here also. Out of these 750 marks, 200 marks are the areas which is very easygoing, but it will consume your time when it comes to the updation. For example, let's say internal security, disaster management, society, governance. These are the area. If you look at from the mains point of view, you will find that it's a very easygoing. Easygoing in the sense that you can go and finish in 3-4 days time or 1 week's time, and then you can come back. But as far as the static part is concerned, you can finish in 2 days one subject. For example, let's take the example of society or disaster management. But lots of updation is required. Why? It's not because what kind of question they will ask. It's because until unless you are very, very well updated, your answer cannot be very effective. So that's why you need to, you take care of this, because here it's a time consuming. Here every updation is here. If it would have been simply a revision of whatever you have done previously, जो आपने पहले किया है, अगर सिर्फ उसको पलटने का बात होता तो तब आसान था ये. Then it would have been quite easier, you can say. But it's not the case. The moment you go for the updation, everything will slow, and then again you will start feeling the pressure. So anything which makes you little bit slow, now you will feel you can say some kind of pressure out of it. Don't do so. You mentally prepare yourself that these are the 2 areas which is time consuming. In any case, it is going to be slow, you can say time consuming. These are the 500 marks, which is not very time consuming, but it's a slow. Essay is not a time consuming. Ethics is not a time consuming. But you can create a strategy. You can create a strategy out of it. So for in ethics, case study strategy is different. How can you finish in 12 to 13 minutes or 14 minutes maximum, so that you can sustain the quality, etc. We'll come later for that. So this is the point number 1 which I wanted to say, that don't think of the time management, think of the marks management. Put your pressure or focus on optional 1, 750 marks of GS number 2, and spread ethics and essay right from here till the exam, you can say till August last week, or you can say that's okay, August last week is fine for that matter, fine. Now, second important aspect is related to the retention. This examination is all about spontaneity. Because you have to write for almost 20 hours approximately. So back to back, even paper 1, 2, 3, 4, essay, etc. And so how much you have read, how much you know, how many attempts you have given, appeared, doesn't matter. It's basically based on one and only one thing, and that is your recall. What is your recall will decide everything, and how good you are in this recall is based on how well you are organized. That's it, very simple. Now, as far as recall is concerned, it's all about retention. So a very simple strategy for the retention is very simple. A strategy for the retention is that you don't have to make any separate note. Don't go for note making, rather note taking. Note taking and note making is different. Note taking here simply means, or the gist of whatever you are reading is basically just keep a white sheet with you, and then you go with your scheduled plan, scheduled resources or planned resources rather, and then you go comfortably, and while going through, just take the crux of everything in the worksheet, so that you can revise and again and again, again and again, again and again. Again, I am saying you, it doesn't matter how much you have read, doesn't matter how many attempts you have given, doesn't matter at all. It's basically about a good strategy that makes everything very light, very slick and doable. If it is so, then the chances are very high that you will maintain or you will achieve that spontaneity. Spontaneity here simply means that here you need to sustain the quality. Sustain the quality. And the main examination, the biggest challenge is this only. Many a time students used to ask that how does any successful candidate or toppers are different from the others. I always say that I never ever met, you can say, the candidates, those who are very exceptionally good in content and by virtue of their knowledge or content, they sell through. No, it's not. It cannot be. It cannot be. They are better in one respect, needless to say, they are more organized and they are able to sustain the quality of their answer. They create loop, one loop, another loop, another loop, another loop, and they, you can say, finish paper with a great amount of quality. That's it, nothing else. Nothing else. Don't confuse it with the kind of knowledge or content or anything. For that matter, if you look at, if you go to the GSU Score website, you will find some 400, 500 toppers copies are uploaded. You will never ever find, or hardly any copy you will find where by going through it, you can say that what a content, what a content. More or less, everyone is at par as far as content is concerned, and as far as you can say the competent candidates are concerned. So it's not about that. So please don't put your you can say brain into it too much. आप उसमें ज़्यादा मत घुसो, ज़्यादा परेशान करेगा. So when it comes to the retention, as far as GS is concerned, I don't want to go into the option. As far as GS is concerned, whatever gist you are picking up, one micro topic, one page, that's it. UPSC is all about one and only one thing, and that is micro management of the topic. Micromanagement of the topic. This is what UPSC is. What kind of question comes? Who knows? इस बार तो 15 सितंबर को पता चलेगा ना साहब. चाहे वो कोचिंग हो, चाहे फैकल्टी हो, इट्स वेरी मच इन फैशन टू प्रिडिक्ट कि ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. डोंट गो इनटू दैट. अभी आप रिवाइज करो, एनफ टाइम है, आप फ्लिप करो, इजीली उसमें से चीज़ें निकल जाएंगी. आप आराम से सेटल डाउन होकर करो, प्रेशर में मत रहो. देयर इज नो रीजन टू बी एंजाइटी. यू विल फील दैट यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट and then you are gradually shifting from the input to the output. Why I say so? Because this is not the time to make your strategy which is input heavy. Input heavy हुआ और अब गए, you are finished. You are finished. Input heavy नहीं हो सकता साहब, ये नहीं हो सकता. तो जो आपकी जिस्ट होगी या नोट जो होगा या जो भी आप पढ़ रहे हैं उसका जो क्रक्स होगा, वो जनरल स्टडीज में 4 चीज़ों को कैरी करे. Fine. Number 1, whatever you are reading, meaning of it. Number 2, significance of it. Number 3, just update it, anything is in news. Number 4, any relevant data, fact, figures, etc. Because these are the 4 things which is essential for writing answer. Meaning is the basic concept. Significance is basically that gives the scope of the topic, and then anything which is of the current relevance, or if it is in news, and data, fact, figure, relevant data, fact, figure, because it will help you to substantiate. तो एक एक छोटे छोटे जिस्ट आप बनाते चलो और उसको मल्टीपल टाइम रिवीजन करते चलो. आप देखोगे आंसर राइटिंग भी उसी से इंप्रूव होगी. अदरवाइज अगर आप सिर्फ आप आंसर कहीं पे भी कोई भी टेस्ट सीरीज लिख रहे हैं और आपको लगे कि यह मार्क्स इंप्रूव नहीं हो रहा है, तो हम क्या करें? तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं. जितना रिटेन करते चलोगे, जितना रिवाइज करते चलोगे, उतना ही इंप्रूवमेंट आपको दिखता चलेगा उसमें से. सो दिस इज माय पॉइंट नंबर यू कैन से 2, दैट यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दिस रिटेंशन. About the retention, I also like to say one thing, that spare some 15 minutes, 20 minutes a spot, 2-3 spot entire day, और अपने रिकॉल के लिए उसको यूज़ करो. रिकॉल के लिए इसलिए क्योंकि जिसने भी मेंस दिया है या दे रहा है अभी, और उसने जब पीटी निकाला है, तो इसका मतलब है कि फेयर अमाउंट ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग तो उसको है, एंड वन must have gone through you can say the larger part of the syllabus. The only thing is that whatever resources you have already gone through, just go through the content page. just go through the content page and just you can say put little bit pressure here to recall. जैसे अगर लक्ष्मीकांत आपने पढ़ लिया, लक्ष्मीकांत के कंटेंट पेज को देख के थोड़ा थोड़ा रिकॉल करने की कोशिश करो, तो उससे भी आपको रिटेंशन बेहतर होती है. So here you have to do certain things which is easy going, don't pick anything, बल्कि retention. Then the third important aspect is expression. When we say expression is the output. Expression does not mean simply answer writing. Expression is the output. So when we say expression, you need to be little bit careful about taking test, revision, etc. in such a way, or arrange in such a way that it is really helping you to achieve the final output, and that is expression. How? You just see. So when we say expression here, you must be taking test series somewhere, or in any case you are doing answer writing. Fine. So what you need to do here, you can say taking test or answer writing, you do it in 3 phases or at 3 different layers, I would like to say. Right. The first thing first, you are taking optional subjects, then ethics and essay, and then rest of the GS. So put the maximum time, effort, etc. on the first optional and the rest of the GS, and then create a sandwich of ethics and essay. धीरे धीरे आप लेके चलो उसको. Fine. If whatever the schedule you have enough content to devote one day with 5 questions on anything which you are reading. जो आप पढ़ रहे हो उसमें से एक यूनिट बना के, यूनिट आपको खुद से बनानी पड़ेगी, उस यूनिट को बना के और उस पर 5-5 क्वेश्चन करते चलो. आंसर राइटिंग को ग्रेजुअली करते रहो, घर पे बैठ के या इंस्टीट्यूट में या ऑनलाइन, वट एवर मेक्स यू कंफर्टेबल. नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल, आपने एफआर पढ़ लिया, आपने प्रीएम्बल पढ़ लिया, आपने डीपीएसपी पढ़ लिया, और यहाँ से लेके प्रीएम्बल से लेके डीपीएसपी तक आपको लगता है कि नहीं हमको एक यूनिट बनाना है या 2 यूनिट बनाना है, तो इट्स अप टू यू. आप उसको 1 यूनिट बनाओ चाहे 2 यूनिट बनाओ, बट यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग आउट ऑफ इट. So on daily basis you have to write at least for an hour. 1 घंटे आपको सारे दिन में डेडिकेट करना ही करना है आंसर राइटिंग के. Again I am saying you, the reason is it's basically slow. It's slow. Since it is slow, so it takes time. Answer writing, by virtue of writing more and more and daily simply will not improve. Gradually you will improve. Fine. So 5 questions, 1 hour. ये डेडिकेट होगा. इट विल हेल्प यू टू, यू कैन से, कॉन्सेंट्रेट योर प्रिपरेशन, और ऑल्सो यू विल स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग अ मसल मेमोरी ग्रेजुअली. वो मसल मेमोरी जितनी स्ट्रांग होगी उतना ही आप फाइनली 20 आवर्स के लिए अपने को तैयार कर रहे हैं. एनीवन हु ऑलरेडी अपीयर्ड इन द मेन एग्जामिनेशन, दे नो इट वेरी वेल that despite knowing everything, it's very difficult and challenging to you can say sustain the quality for the 20 hours. सवाल नॉलेज का नहीं है, इंफॉर्मेशन का नहीं है. वो जो 20 घंटे क्वालिटी सस्टेन करना है, वो अपने आप में एक डिफरेंट माइंडसेट एंड स्किल है. वो एक माइंड गेम है, जहां बहुत लोगों को लगता है कि यार हमने इतनी पढ़ाई की थी, आई हैव डन सो मच, बट व्हाई आई एम नॉट एबल टू इंश्योर a better outcome or better output. So this is number 1. Then whatever sectional test you are taking, that sectional test you have to take as a revision test. Don't go for sake of answer writing. Don't do such mistake. You schedule in such a way, जितने भी आप टेस्ट जहां भी लिख रहे हैं उसको आप अपनी सेल्फ स्टडी के हिसाब से शेड्यूल करो, rather than कि आप कोचिंग के हिसाब से अपने को बनाओ. You are unique, your body is unique, your memory is unique, the way you and your body works, that makes you unique. जब आपने सेल्फ स्टडी के हिसाब से आप उसको बनाओगे ना, फ्लेक्सी बनाओगे और उसमें इम्बेड करोगे, दैट विल गिव यू कंफर्ट, दैट विल कीप यू एट ईज, दैट विल कीप यू एट पीस एंड इट विल इंश्योर अ बेटर आउटकम, बिकॉज वो आपके कंट्रोल में है, मैनेज कर रहे हैं आप उसको और मैनेज कर सकते हो आप उसको. रिवीजन टेस्ट एंड देन इट गोज टू द मॉक फाइनली. So I will suggest at least 2 set of mocks you should give. One sometime in August last week, and sometime you can say, or it may be in and around the first week of September 1st, and then in and around 10 or 12, 10 और 12 तारीख के आसपास आप दूसरा मॉक आप दे सकते हो. सेकंड दो तो दो कम से कम, फुल वो 6 घंटे वाला, ठीक है ना. 3 घंटे लिखा, फिर 3 घंटे लिखा, फिर 3 घंटे लिखा, फिर 3 घंटे लिखा, तो तब जाके ये एक मसल मेमोरी और आप अपने आप को एग्जामिनेशन के लिए तैयार कर पाएंगे. फाइन. सो व्हेन आई से एक्सप्रेशन is this. Now the very important aspect of the expression is not only, you can say, simply how many tests or what you are writing. It's basically about how do you measure everything. This is why I say measure what matters. Measure what matters. और ये मैंने देखा अभी जब मैं मीट द मेंटर प्रोग्राम सारे फैकल्टी जीएस स्कोर के कर रहे हैं, तो हम लोगों को लगा कि वो प्रेशर बिल्ट हो रहा है. वो बहुत ही रेलिवेंट पॉइंट मेजर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं जिसके हिसाब से उनको रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, टाइम मैनेजमेंट, XYZ करनी है. rather there is something going very vague. So you need to be very specific about measuring where you need to fix and how. Fine. So look at answer writing. These days you will find that answer writing is a very buzzword and everyone says that answer writing, answer writing, answer writing. But when you say answer writing, what to measure, where to work, how to improve, these are certain questions. Certain questions. Merely writing in any coaching institute and by getting certain marks will not serve you, will not serve you. So it's important for you to understand that whenever you say answer writing, you have to measure 4 things. You have to measure 4 things. Fine. These are the 4 components. Combining together, it constitutes a good answer. Fine. Number 1 is clarity. Simply means demand of the question. Next is relevance. Simply means 2 things. Number 1, the dimensions or the points through which you will explain, and then the examples. Number 3, depth. Here you need to be a little bit careful about it, because here it will help you to take edge over the others. Edge over the others. And so here depth simply means analysis. And 4th is a structure. A structure does not mean presentation. If you look at the social media and the whole narrative of the ORN, Old Rajan Nagar, then you will find that always we talk about the presentation, etc. You don't have to give too much emphasis on that. Maintain a clarity, that's it. Why I say so? Because what comes before how comes later. Means what you are going to write is more important than how you are going to write. How is equally important, but what is more important? So that clarity should be there. Here a structure means 2 things. Number 1, order, and number 2, logical correlation. Logical correlation. So if you are writing 3, 4, 5 point, etc., it must be there. So why I say so? These are the 4 components, because any good answer, it's $1 million question, but in any case, if it is $1 million or $0 doesn't make any sense. Until unless I am very confident, I am very clear where to work, तभी आप answer writing में improve कर पाएंगे. Merely by writing daily, or you can say XYZ places, it will not serve the purpose. You should know where and how to fix it very quickly. Why I say so? because it's very easy for anyone to talk about that the trio combination of optional, ethics and essay works in the favor of all the toppers. But my experience, or I can say my limited experience, says that mains is all about 1 or 1.5 marks you lose or gain in every answer. This is what the mains is. अगर आप पूरे टॉपर्स के मार्क्स को देखो तो ठीक है, ऑप्शनल है, एथिक्स है, इंटरव्यू भी है, उसमें वो मेजर रोल प्ले करता है, लेकिन आप जनरली आप देखोगे जो भी सक्सेसफुल कैंडिडेट्स हैं वो ऑन एन एवरेज ज्यादातर एरिया में ठीक किया है, ज्यादातर एरिया में ठीक किया है। उसका रीजन है कि आप हर जगह आपको देखोगे उसको किसी पेपर में 10 मार्क्स का, किसी में 20 मार्क्स का लीड मिलता चल रहा है लगातार, और जो वो एकोमुलेट होके वो 100-150 मार्क्स का एक गैप क्रिएट करता है, दोज हु आर एट द टॉप और दोज हु आर एट द बॉटम। इसमें इसीलिए इस 4 कंपोनेंट को आप ध्यान में रखो। एंड टू मेक इट मोर क्लियर, लेट्स टेक वन क्वेश्चन briefly. See this question. So this question says, is conscious capitalism the answer to corporate sustainability? Fine. अब इसको पहला हम देखते हैं क्लैरिटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। क्लैरिटी simply means demand of the question. Demand of the question is here not at all CSR. कॉर्पोरेट सस्टेनेबिलिटी का मतलब सिर्फ और सिर्फ CSR नहीं है साहब। यहां पे सिर्फ ये है, द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन इज बेसिकली दिस, is concept capitalism is the answer. So here this is the concept and this is the context. So this is called clarity. In the sense, while reading any question, you must be very in a position to quickly understand this is what the demand of the question is. This is called clarity. Fine. Number 1. Number 2 is relevance. Relevance means 2 things. Again, I am saying you, dimensions and examples. Fine. Through which you will drive your answer. Here dimension simply means, number 1, that you will talk about the whole idea of the conscious capitalism. Number 1. Number 2, you will talk about why there is a need for that. You will substantiate it through the example. Then you will talk about that or link with the corporate sustainability, because in a globalized world and at this point of time when we are living in a world where market is very important stakeholder in the good governance, right? Then everything becomes very important in and around the corporate to think. Corporate के आसपास उसे देखना बहुत important हो जाता है. It becomes very very important here. Right? So this is something you can say. और यहाँ पे आप कुछ examples भी दे सकते हैं यहाँ. Right? Here also you can give examples. Right? Now the third important aspect is depth. That is analysis. Now the question is analysis of what? क्योंकि आपके पास लिखने के लिए सब कुछ है, लिखने के लिए बहुत कुछ है. Here you have to understand depth simply means you have to pick one point where you need to emphasize, do more, press more. That's it. जहां पे लगता है कि नहीं यार, this is something where I can you can say examine the ideas, concepts, etc. briefly. Analysis does not mean you can say a big space sort of thing. थोड़ा सा वो 2-3 सेंटेंस भी काफी होता है उसके लिए. Even that is more important. Fine. So this is how you will do depth of the analysis. इस केस में अगर देखें, इस केस में तो you will have to go with here that the challenges before the corporate to bring the conscious capitalism. Because सिर्फ issue idea का नहीं है. There are so many good ideas, but the real challenge is basically how to implement it, how to bring into the practice. Because in a globalized world where the you can say the world is becoming more and more competitive, the space for the too much of idealism is not there. Even though you can say अगर globalization नहीं भी है तो भी ट्रेड में, साइंस में हमेशा ये डाउट रहती है और पॉलिटिक्स में कि यार too much of idealism will spoil the game. But this is And then comes the fourth thing, and that is structure, means order. जो भी आपके पास पॉइंट है उसका लॉजिकल कोरिलेशन कैसा है, one leads to another, and so it make a complete piece. Rather, your answer is into the pieces. It's not into the pieces, it's a complete piece sort of thing. Fine. So these are, you can say, everything that you need to think in and around, you can say, आंसर राइटिंग की 4 पॉइंट है. अब लास्ट पॉइंट में व्हाट आई वांट टू कन्वे हियर इज बेसिकली ट्राई टू क्रिएट अ फ्रेमवर्क ऑफ एवरीथिंग. फ्रेमवर्क, because the moment you start thinking everything in a framework, then task becomes little bit easier. What is mean by framework? फ्रेमवर्क का मतलब है कि सिंपल के एक स्ट्रक्चर बना रहे हैं और स्ट्रक्चर में देख रहे हैं, हम सारी चीजों को कर रहे हैं हम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे हमने कहा कि एक मार्क्स मैनेजमेंट का एक फ्रेमवर्क है. कैसे कि भाई ऑप्शनल कर रहे हैं, इस टाइम पे आ रहे हैं एथिक्स, और ऐसे 500 मार्क्स को हम इस तरह से स्प्रेड कर रहे हैं यहाँ से लेके अगस्त तक. उसके बाद हम 750 मार्क्स के लिए हमारा फ्रेमवर्क या स्ट्रेटजी या स्ट्रक्चर इस तरह से, बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ अपडेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड. जहां जहां अपडेशन होगी वो आपको स्लो करेगा. फाइन. तो ये एक फ्रेमवर्क हमने बनाया, उस फ्रेमवर्क में हमने पूरी मार्क्स मैनेजमेंट को रखा. फाइन. इसी तरह से रिटेंशन में हमने एक जिस्ट बनाना सीखा और 4 पॉइंट के आसपास हमने सारी चीजों को रिटेन करना सीखा कि मीनिंग लेंगे, सिग्निफिकेंस लेंगे, करंट न्यूज लेंगे और कुछ डेटा और फैक्ट होगा तो वो लेंगे. दैट्स इट. सो में दैट यू नो द फ्रेमवर्क, और उसमें हम रिटेन करना थोड़ा आसान है, काम करना आसान है. इट्स नॉट हैपहज़ार्ड. यू नो दैट देयर इज अ स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ डूइंग एवरीथिंग. सिमिलरली, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट the answer writing, again I am saying it's also you have to do in a framework where you are measuring 4 things: clarity, relevance, depth, structure. Fine. So you can do such kind of thing, or you can create framework in and around everything, which will help you to organize yourself, to put everything in a structure. That's it. This is what you have to do in 2.5 months. Mains is all about this. If you are thinking to read more and more because of some kind of lack of confidence, it will spoil your attempt. जैसे मैं देखता हूँ, मैं क्लासेस में वर्कशीट बहुत यूज करता हूँ. जैसे इस बार जो QIP भी हम लोगों ने डिजाइन किया, क्वालिटी इंप्रूवमेंट प्रोग्राम, उसमें हम लोगों ने वर्कशीट्स काफी दिए, जस्ट टू रिकॉल. क्योंकि आपको ये लगता है कि कंटेंट नहीं है, कंटेंट है. अगर एक अच्छे मेथोडोलॉजी में, एक प्रोसेस में करेंगे तो वो कंफर्टेबली हो जाए. अगर कंटेंट प्रोक्योरमेंट में फंसोगे तो गए. फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे एथिक्स लो, एथिक्स की तो सिलेबस बहुत ही एब्स्ट्रैक्ट है साहब. जो दी हुई है वो देखने में लगता है कि साहब यही 7 यूनिट है, इसमें देयर आर 7 यूनिट्स, बट इट्स नॉट ट्रू. आप उसके क्वेश्चंस को देखो, इट्स नॉट इन अराउंड ओनली द कीवर्ड्स. कीवर्ड के क्वेश्चंस आते थे 2015, 16, 17 में, लेकिन आप लोग का पैटर्न अभी भी प्रिपरेशन का उसी तरह से बना हुआ है. लेकिन अब सवाल तो उस तरह से आते नहीं है. देयर नो मोर क्वेश्चंस आर देयर ऑफ दैट नेचर. सो इफ यू लुक एट ethics, you will find only 4 or 5 type of questions they ask. मैं फ्रेमवर्क की बात कर रहा हूँ. फ्रेमवर्क, आपको फ्रेमवर्क जब बन जाएगा ना तो चीजें बहुत आसान हो जाती है. then you can easily take out of it. So if you look at the you can say the complete ethics, I will do some separate session also, don't worry for that. लेकिन यहाँ ब्रीफली मैं बता देता हूँ कि फ्रेमवर्क कैसे बनाया जाता है. जैसे अगर पिछले 7-8 years के क्वेश्चन को आप ले ले, easily you can categorize all those questions in 4 to 5 broader categories. Fine. The first set of category is abstract. First set of category is abstract questions, or you may also call it open-ended. It simply means these are the questions which is primarily based on the principles, teachings, of moral thinkers, values, etc. Fine. जहां पे कोई rigid frame और structure नहीं हो सकता. Number 1. Number 2, second set of questions are solution seeking. जहां पे भी again you will find that there is no fixed frame. लेकिन वो section A में भी they seek solutions. For example, जैसे क्वेश्चन है प्रीवियस का देखोगे, despite having so many laws or strict laws in India, sexual harassment cases increasing. Fine. They are seeking solutions out of it. They don't want to know only about the problem. they seek solution also. And it's not a question of attitude or etc. Don't unnecessarily, you can say, give it a tag. ठीक है. दूसरा, तीसरा, यहाँ पे you can say questions which is based on keywords. There are many questions which is directly taken from the syllabus keyword mentioned, and they have framed either it is conscience or emotional intelligence or anything else. Fine. Fourth is applied ethics. Gradually you will find that UPSC is moving towards this and this. This is something that every year they ask 4 to 5 questions, and they will keep on asking. So what kind of questions they will ask, we don't know, but at least we know how to create a framework, how to make a framework, so that whatever you are reading in ethics paper, at least you should know what to take out of it and how to use PYQ. Because even using PYQ is quite easier when you can do one and only one thing, and that is you should know while using PYQ. I am talking with reference to ethics now, not anything else. You have to simply go to questions to concept to link to the syllabus. So you have previous year's question paper, you identify the key concepts, fine. You go for recall or revision sort of thing. You link it to whatever you have read or your material, etc. And then finally link it to the syllabus. You will find that after doing 6-7 years PYQ, it's very easy. It's very easy to complete entire syllabus, map entire syllabus, map concepts of entire syllabus. Sometime I will take one session that how to use PYQ. उससे कम से कम syllabus to map, concept to key concept map हो जाती है easily. You have to make a journey from question to concept. So the point is what I'm trying to say here. Very quick recap to you can say finish. Fine. The basic purpose is number one, that everything that whatever I'm talking is based on the questions you people asked in the last 7-8 days. And so I thought, why not to address to everyone that there should not be any dilemma, there should not be any confusion. No, not at all. Why? Because everything here is number one, marks management. Go with the marks management, number one. Number two, think of the retention, whatever they study, I have already discussed. Third is expression. Expression is not merely answer writing. You have to fix certain key components. And in answer writing, as I have discussed, clarity, relevance, depth and structure. This is what you have to do. And then finally, that give some time to you can say 15-20 minutes, 2-3 spots in a day to just clearly think, develop certain frameworks, to develop or you can say some time to recall certain things which will keep you at ease, at comfort. That's it. Mains is nothing more. You have to make a strategy for 2.5 months. Don't make a strategy for an entire year कि हम पूरा का पूरा जो भी एक साल में पढ़े हैं सारा फिर से निकालेंगे and revise करेंगे. No, don't do it. You just make a recall strategy and you will find a good recall strategy will start deburdening you. वो आपको आपके burden को कम करेगा, हटाएगा. That's it, nothing else. This is what it is. And I have learned from you people only. जब मैंने ये 7-8 दिन में मीट द मेंटर प्रोग्राम में इतने लोगों से बात किया तो मुझे लगा कि why there is so much confusion here. This is a high time of highest clarity about the do's and don'ts. And this is what I'm trying to discuss with you people. This is all. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you.